Hi, if you're new here, my name is Liam, and here on this channel I attempt to distract you from life, and today we are going to be looking at RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9, Episode 3, Draggily. So before I want to get into it, I want to mention that I was living for the Untucked in Episode 2, where Eureka got told to shut up. But in saying that, in Eureka, in this episode, Episode 3, at the beginning, I really didn't like Eureka, and now I'm really warming up to her. This season, the queens are really helping each other, and I thought I would kind of hate it because I do like the drama a little bit, but I really like it. And she was like #1 helper and trying to make people rise to the challenge. And I've changed it. I don't hate Eureka anymore. After seeing that, I was like, okay, she's trying to play the game, she's trying to win. I get that. You know what? That's fine. I'm here for you. So, the challenge in this episode is for them to create a new fairy tale persona and also have a little creature that's there inside the story as well. What a fun challenge. There are so many cool things you could have done with this, and a lot of the queens did do really cool things. Although, why did so many of them go for water themes? For me, water themes is really quite predictable. It's like, you know, you could do a lot with water stuff, but you can't at the same time. You're like something around a mermaid princess. That's kind of all you can do. And I just feel like in a challenge where you weren't pre-told about it and you didn't have to come in a gown, you were making it there as the challenge, there's so much more you could have done. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about as well is what I would have done if I was in the competition. So, don't worry, I'm not going to put on my wig. I would have been, like a celestial, angelic being that was fallen from heaven. You know what I mean? So I would have been like a fallen angel, so like a demon. I would have made myself some prosthetic horns. Do you know what I mean? And then I would have had made myself some like singed outfit where I was in heaven, but then I was burnt and singed on my way down, and then I was like a demon kind of thing, and I would have put like scales on my face or something like that and made myself into the princess of the underworld. That's what I would have done. Can I ask you one very serious question? Why have you not hit the like button? We're midway through. Let me try that again. Nope. Maybe I need these. Okay, first of all, let's start with Kimora in this goddamn episode. Kimora, God, okay, freak, I'm not here for people who whinge about having to do stuff.
Would Kim K sell her own outfits? No.
What was she thinking I can't even, do you know what I mean? I can't even comprehend. You know exactly the thoughts I'm trying to What is wrong with my speech? Per se, in this right now, it's like, you've watched this show. You're gonna have to make your own clothes. What are you doing? And I feel like she was going in this thinking she was gonna absolutely slay the competition, that no one was gonna amount to her at all, and boy, has she gotten a rude freaking awakening. Okay, so in my last video, I had Valentina as my thumbnail, and I didn't really speak much about her in it at all. And listen, I just got like a little bit dragged, and I never intentionally did that to get more views because I didn't necessarily think Valentina was a big thing at the time. I'm not that smart. I'm not that calculated. I just honestly thought she looked really pretty. I had a comment in the video about her being really hot out of drag, and I thought, man, that's fine. You're giving me way too much credit if you thought that was calculated. But because of that, I felt very bad about it because a lot of people were like, she's my favorite queen, why didn't you talk more about her? So right now, I'm gonna have a nice little segment all about Valentina. So, how funny is she? She's really pretty, and, you know, prettiness does really well in this competition, but she's also really creative. I mean, that look was really good. But I've got to say, when I did see Valentina come out on the runway with her look, when she came out and she did her pose, I didn't realize that it was Valentina. So, to me, that look, I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, I thought it was beautiful, but I don't know. It didn't click with me that it was Valentina. It was, I don't know. I don't know if I was expecting something much more extravagant or what it was, but to me, this particular look that she did kind of, I don't know if I might be alone in this, but I still think she looked amazing. Don't get me wrong on that, and probably should have won how good she looked. And also, the other reason why I think she probably should have won was because of that character. I think the character was so creative and funny. She had a very good character. And I think that's why Trinity Taylor, I think, won, because she had a very good looking look for this challenge. I think it was really good. But I also think the character that she had onto it and the fantasy she created around the look was stronger than anyone else's. It was funny, it was creative, it matched with the look. I think that's probably the big reason why she won. But honestly, I think she looked really good, but I don't necessarily know if it was the best look. I just think she had had the best she ticked all the boxes for the competition. So she ticked look, she ticked creativity, and you know, that's why she won. Do you want to brush very briefly on what they spoke about with the Pulse thing? I thought it was beautiful that they added that into this show, because it is so important for especially people who watch this to know how much of an impact that event had on our community as a whole, and how I just loved how it was spoken about in that way, and that there were two queens inside of this competition who had experiences that they could share with millions of people. So I don't want to get into it too much. I'm just going to put this here. It says enough.
We're not safe completely yet, and we're not accepted 100% yet, but we have to continue to live our lives. We can't be stuck in our houses and afraid to go out and live. Preach, girl, preach!
If I was there listening to those two stories and I had half my makeup on, I would have been a mess. I would have had to change my whole design to the Queen of Emotions and just had like painted tears running down my face because I wouldn't have had the time to redo my makeup. So I just thought that this challenge was so exciting, and so I can really sink my teeth into these kind of creative things because there is so many different things you could have done. I personally really loved Nina Bonina's costume. Oh my god, it was so... When it came out, I was taken aback. I thought it was so cool and creative, but I gotta say, this cardboard painting, I mean, I know it's what she does. I know she does a lot of the cardboard painting, fairy tale fantasy thing, and I get that, but I feel like maybe it won't be the next episode, but it'll be the episode after where the judges, if she keeps doing it like that, especially Michelle, will say that, you know, it's been done. We need to see something else. We need to see high fashion. We need to see something bigger. I think it's gonna get old really quick if she keeps doing that on the face. I mean, it was basically it was really good, don't get me wrong, but it was the same thing as the Peach face, you know, it was extending her face to be this whole other thing, and I think she'll be able to scatter it out throughout the competition, it'll be fine, but she can't do it every single episode. But I know that's who she is, though. She is that creative fantasy, so I guess she can't really stray from that too much, but I know it, if she does it every single time, they're gonna ask for something new. They're gonna ask for her to get away from the fantasy side. It's gonna be a tricky road for Nina. So that's gonna lead me into who my new favorites are right now. So before I was going for Farrah and Nina Bonina is still at the top. Pheromone has gone now, not because of how she did really bad in this, it was mainly because I'm not here for people who are really defeatist in not being strong in something. When she was talking to Ru, she was kind of like, I'm not a sewer, I'm gonna, you know, it's not my thing, it's not what I'm gonna do. I wouldn't admit that to someone. I'd just be like, I'm just gonna do my best with what I have here and I'm gonna make it look amazing. The whininess, I can't deal with the I honestly, I don't know how I would deal with her in the locker room. I would be really polite, God, let's be real, I wouldn't make her know how annoying she was. But she would get on my nerves so much because I'm just like, girl, I just want to make my gown and I want to get out there and I want to do this, and you are slowing me down and pissing me off. But I really do like her, but I don't think she's the strongest in this competition, so I don't think she's going to win. I really think Valentina's got this. I do. I think that she's got the looks, she's got the personality, and she's got the drive.
I'm very focused to deliver to the next level every single time.
She's got, I mean, she's got the charisma, she's very charismatic. Does she have uniqueness? I think we will see that she'll have more uniqueness in the future. I really do think that. She's got the nerve to be surprising. I think, like, that comedy thing was great. And I think she can really step outside of her comfort zone when she needs to. We've seen a lot of pretty stuff. I would like to see, like, maybe when Katya did, like, high fashion stuff, but then she ripped off her headband and saw, like, this demon symbol and blood came out. How shocking would that be if Valentina did something like that? Anyway, I think she would. I think she could pull off something like that. I think she might do that. So Nina Bonina and Valentina are my top. My favorite, though, I really like Aja. Mind you, in my last video, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never said Raja in my entire life. Sorry. Let's get down to the eliminations. Now, okay, first of all, Raja kicked this freaking thing out of the park. She stomped that ground. She was here for that lip sync. She got Kimora, she put her on and she ripped her head off. And she was out of there. She was out of the park. Kimora didn't stand a freaking chance against Aja. Did I say Raja again? Oh, shit. God. Okay, so everyone was shocked that Farrah wasn't in the bottom two, and I think she should have been in the bottom two. I really do think she should have been in the bottom two, but you know what? I think RuPaul wanted Kimora to get out. I really do. I think that she put Aja in the bottom two because she knew that she was gonna kick her out, and she probably didn't know if Farrah was gonna be able to bring it as strong as Aja could have, and she didn't want to have to say, Farrah is still here if she gave a terrible performance. I am so sure that that's what happened here. You know who else I really liked as well? I really liked Peppermint's outfit. I thought she was so creative. Oh, and then there was Eureka as well. She looked really, really, really good. And it was a really creative idea as well. I thought that was so good. Anyway, guys, I hope I distracted you from life in some way, shape, or form. If I did distract you in life, I would really consider if you looked down below this video here, there's this little tiny rectangle that says the word subscribe. If you hit that button, you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. I make a lot of different videos on this channel as well that if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you'll probably enjoy as well. But if you're only interested in my RuPaul's review, recaps, thingamabobs, every single time that a RuPaul's episode is uploaded, you will see this video out a couple hours later. So if you're after that, you should tote subscribe, these yazzies. Something I also wanted to ask was if you're in the Sydney area and you know a drag queen who might be interested in doing up someone like me into drag, I would really like to hear from you. So send me a message on Twitter or leave a comment or get in touch with me on Facebook or whatever you can, and let me know if you're interested in doing me up in drag, because at the end of this season, I'd really like to make a video of me transitioning into drag. I think that would be really fun. So if you know anyone or you are that kind of person who could do that for me, please send me a message and I would really like to talk to you about doing that, because that would be really fun. On the screen right now, you will see two other videos that are the recaps for episode 1 and episode 2. Go check those out if you haven't already. I'll see you next video, or if you are just around for these recaps, I'll see you next week. So yeah, bye.